So hello everyone, thanks for joining us for the introductory event of Hack the System today. I'll just give you a quick kind of overview of what we're going to go through today. So I'm going to give a bit of background about Encode Club and what we do quickly, and then Anthony's going to go through an overview of the hackathon, how everything works, cover a few FAQs, and then we will move on to the sponsor presentations where each sponsor will give a short introduction about themselves, their technologies, and their challenges for the hackathon. So just to kind of give you a background of Encode for those of you who haven't joined us before, we are an organization which aims to educate university students and hackers into the blockchain space and help them take any projects or ideas that they have from inception all the way to even raising funding at the end of the kind of spectrum. And we also do some kind of educational events alongside that and AMAs with industry leaders. So we're basically trying to bring a lot of developers into the blockchain space because obviously there's a lot of demand for developers at the moment and there isn't enough people coming into the space. So the only thing that's happening really is the price of developers is skyrocketing, and we do need to bring a lot more talent into the space to ensure that people can build the projects that they want and it doesn't cost an astronomical amount of money to hire good devs. So we kind of run on 6 fronts really. So at the start we have the education piece. So this is through our hackathons and also through workshops we run with the hackathons. And we also do run education series, such as our upcoming DeFi series, which will give an introduction to DeFi, introduction to the DeFi product stack, introduction to building on DeFi, and even a session on getting hired in DeFi, because that is very different to traditional kind of methods of getting jobs. So we hope to see some of you for those events as well. But obviously we do run hackathons, as you're all here today to see. And then following those hackathons, we often run accelerator programs, which are over 10 weeks. And we get some of the best projects from the hackathons and give them 10 weeks to turn into a proper startup. And then following that, we often help companies to raise money as well. And we do have a fund which we invest into some of the best projects that we see. And then aside from that, we do have a talent arm, which recently launched about a month ago, where we help students and talented developers in the space to get jobs in the blockchain industry. And then we do run AMAs, which I believe Anthony is going to tell you a bit about later. So we have a community of university societies that we're partnered with, which is over 75 now across 6 continents. The only one we're missing is Antarctica. So if anyone wants to set up a university there so we can get all 7, we'd be very happy with that. But yeah, we work directly with these student societies. We help to involve them in our events if they need any help. We're more than happy to provide that. So if there's any societies that you're part of that aren't already partners with Encode Club, feel free to send us a message and we'd love to get involved with them as well. So in our past 4 hackathons, we've worked with a big range of sponsors, as you can see some of the logos on the screen there. And we're really excited to be working with the 8 sponsors we've got for Hack the System hackathon, and they'll all be giving presentations in a few minutes. So this is our track record of the hackathons we've run to date. As Anthony mentioned, we had an Encode Hack Club, which ended 2 days ago, and that was our biggest one to date, with over 200 teams participating from across over 75 universities. We saw some great projects come through, and I'd really encourage you to go and at least read the Medium article, which summarized the winning projects and some of the other top 10. And then there's also a full-length video of the final event, which was judged by some top VCs in the space. So it's a great way to get an insight into what VCs are looking for and some of the cool projects that are indeed coming out of Encode. In the past, we've had 2 Future of Blockchain hackathons, and then the Spark Summer Hackathon back in the summer of 2020, which was our first virtual one, but it allowed us to expand a lot further and involve people from all over the world rather than just kind of the UK and Europe. So this has really been a bit of a game changer for Encode, but we're really happy that we made that leap and are now kind of offering to the whole world rather than just the Europe. So now Anthony is going to take you through a bit more about how the hackathon works and answer some FAQs, and then we'll move on to the sponsor presentations.
Awesome. Thank you very much, George. I'm actually going to show you the same presentation, but on my screen. So let me load it up. Where is my presentation actually gone? That's impressive. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Let's let this load. And eventually we're there. Right, so welcome. I'm Anthony, I'm CEO of Encode Club, and I'm going to talk you through the nitty-gritty of how the hackathon works, what to expect, and then we'll hand over to the sponsors to tell us a little bit more. So in general, our structure is a little bit different to the average hackathon. It lasts for 10 weeks, and the reason is that we believe that blockchain is tricky enough, and if you're new enough that you need plenty of time, even if you're actually an intermediate or advanced person, to learn more about the space, about the projects, and the great challenges we have on offer. So the first 5 weeks is split up for workshops, or dedicated for workshops and events and some brilliant stuff we've got planned. And the second 5 weeks is very much geared towards you actually building and hacking. Still, this is longer than any normal hackathon, any other hackathon. And again, we think we see better projects as a result of it. And certainly the projects that have come out of Encode over the last few months have been quite exceptional, really. You can start hacking at any point. You don't have to wait for the 5-week mark to kind of start hacking, but in general, we advise this kind of 5 weeks of learning, 5 weeks of hacking. So it works like any other hackathon. You either answer a challenge or you build something completely of your own design. We have a kind of general build anything you like track, and you get rewarded by lots of lovely prizes. And I think we've given out quite an enormous amount of money over the last few years. So as I said, lots of challenges. You can either, you don't have to just answer one challenge, you can answer more than one, you can combine them. We have a lot of platforms that work very well together, particularly kind of, yeah, if you've got big, bad, brilliant plans. But in general, we don't like to kind of reduce your creativity. So broadly, whatever you want to build, you can build. Overall prizes. So every sponsor offers prizes for their bounties, for their challenges. I will go through those a little bit later, all the ones that we have. There's still a few to come in. But as well as that, we as Encode give out some top prizes. And these are about £5,000 worth to the top 3. And we do this by way of a final. We did the final for the last hackathon literally 2 days ago, a fantastic event. We had 9 of the biggest VCs kind of join us, and they judged who awarded these prizes. And in general, it's a really nice event. And what we'd like not just to do with our best guys, we want you to get prizes. We really want to provide you with a platform for future success, either through raising money, through getting jobs in the space, or many other kind of things. We're kind of geared towards that, as George mentioned, with the kind of educating, kind of supporting, catalyzing. If you do finish the hackathon, you're ready to go to the next step, we will help you. Right, so there's many resources that we have. George, I might get you to just paste stuff because it's a little bit tricky with this open. Broadly, we have the Hacker Pack, which you should have received already. If you haven't, let us know. We're going to paste it in chat now. This is just a 2-page document. It sums up everything about the hackathon, all the links to that, everything you need. That is there. We also have a Discord, that's our other communication. As I said to other people earlier, we decided today would be a great day to renovate our house, and so Discord is going over, is having a few changes today. So if you saw any teething problems, any access that was revoked or re-revoked, that is why. I think by tonight we should have it all brand spanking new. We haven't actually changed it since we started it in 2019. So yeah, but Discord in general is communication. We have all our fantastic sponsors and technical supporters there. That you can kind of get access to. So please do. And every sponsor has a dedicated channel. The Encode team, which is myself, George, Danny's on the call as well, Damir, Matko, and a few others are all here to help you. We have a very specific style of help.
Oh, have we lost him? Oh dear. Let's hope he connects
Really
within there. Oh, here he is. Sorry, Anthony, you just cut out there as you was talking through the team.
Am I back? Oh, wait, I'll switch Wi-Fi. 2 seconds.
No worries. I'll share some resources in the chat as well. We've sent the Hacker Pack and just pasted is the event schedule.
Am I back, George?
You are indeed.
Great. Sorry, guys. I'm actually in the countryside because between moving at the moment, so I've gone to family to stay. While we are relying on countryside Wi-Fi, which just twitched out. Anyway, the Encode team are here to provide as much support, and we do this by way of one-to-one calls with all of our teams, all of our hackers. If you want to kind of speak to us, and we're very active in trying to just provide you bespoke support to you, and we'll do this. We've been noticed it like 6, 7, 8 times, or sometimes it's just a quick chat to explain what's going on in the hackathon, answer your basic questions and help you, but we really will go the extra mile. And then we have the Medium with all the content, the YouTube with all the videos, and we have many, many events coming up, which I'm going to talk to you about shortly. In general, for submissions, it's a very simple process. By the end of it, which is I think the 2nd of May, you submit a demo, a code base, an optional presentation. It's a basic form. The form is not released yet, but it will probably go out in the next couple of weeks. But if you want to have a look, you can look at the last hackathon. It's the same form. In general, we kind of are very flexible with what you submit. You own whatever you submit, unless you decide to voluntarily open source it. And this is kind of important to us, that you have flexibility of a submission. My rule of thumb is a demo, usually a video, and some code base. Can't go amiss. So a few basic FAQ about the hackathon. One is that, can you add teammates anytime? This I get asked more than anything. Yes, you can. Just message us, email us. We maintain a spreadsheet of all the team information, all the teams you're in after you've registered and how you're doing in the hackathon. So we just like to keep that up to date with who's in the team. So do message us. It's not the end of the world if when you submit, these lists don't reconcile. That's absolutely fine, but it's just good for us to make sure everyone stays, has good communication throughout the hackathon and knows what's going on. You can do more than one challenge. I wouldn't recommend doing too many, maybe 2 or 3 is kind of if you want to be really ambitious, and I try and include some of them, or going to include them with each other. But I have seen someone do 5 or 6 challenges before. He did actually win a prize on every single one of them. He was quite exceptional. I don't advise that, but if you do want to combine 2 or 3, that's often a good way to go. Max team size is 6 officially. This is actually a logistics thing. Teams above this side don't work. I've seen one team that was 7 or 8 before, they were fine. But in general, there's no real limit, but I suggest under 6. If you're kind of around that number, maybe split your team into 2 and try and double up and win more prizes. You're not from university, can you participate? Absolutely. Some of our best hackers haven't been from universities. In general, this is kind of branded towards universities, but we absolutely let in anyone who is just a good hacker who wants to participate and have done in the past. So it's absolutely no problem. Can we help find teammates? Yes, we can. What I always say here is we will try as hard as we can, but remember, we are remote. We don't force people to kind of work with each other. There is a Find Teammates channel. If you ask us directly, we'll try and connect people. There have been some really good examples of projects that have done very well, who we literally put together. One of the winners of the previous hackathon, we put them together kind of very manually, and they've gone on to achieve phenomenal success. But in general, remember, it's harder over Zoom, over Discord. So bear with us. But if you're looking for teammates, please do. But you're 100% allowed to submit and participate as an individual as well. So that's absolutely no problem. Key dates. So today's the learning period starts officially. It's kind of 0 week, which is kind of borrowing a university term. It's roughly 0 week. So next week we'll kind of officially start week 1, and the learning starts now. And then we go into the hacking period. Is the 29th of March. You can start hacking before then, and submissions on the 2nd of May. This is broadly the weekly schedule in some other form. This is not exact, but just so you can see learning versus hacking. This presentation will be released, guys, after the event. So feel free to look at it there. We have an event spreadsheet. George is going to paste that in as well. It's in the Hacker Pack, but just to give you a look on what's happening now. It's not perfect. Some workshops are still to be scheduled, but actually tomorrow we have an AMA with one of the investors at Framework Ventures, Michael Anderson, another AMA on Monday with an investor from Dragonfly, and then the workshops are broadly scheduled in for, as you can see. So please do come along. Everything is also recorded and goes on online as well. But during this 5-week period, we'll have the majority, pretty much all the workshops will take place, and a few to be confirmed. We will keep in touch with you via kind of email and Discord, and to kind of keep you up to date with what is happening with everything. We have wonderful sponsors this year, as ever, but I am particularly excited given this time. We have, depending on how you define, we have actually our first co-sponsor in CoinMarketCap and Sandbox for a particular challenge. So depending on how you define that, we have roughly 8 sponsors. Fluence, Stellar and Harmony joining us on the gold side. Skynet, Vega, CoinMarketCap's Cap/Sandbox, Raiden and Polygon, formerly Matic, joining us. So they're going to offer some brilliant challenges. The challenge list is there. You'll hear from them with workshops throughout the hackathon, and you can talk to them directly on Discord. They're very friendly. They don't bite, so please do go and chat to them. So I told you we have some awesome AMAs coming up. This was CZ in the last hackathon. That was a fantastic event. And we have 3 coming up. There will be many, many more that we do throughout the hackathon. These are just general interest, cool people who are quite inspirational, who've made a huge mark on the space, and we bring them into chat. There's 2 coming up in the next week or so, so do join those. And there will be more, which we will announce in due course. What comes after the hackathon? A quick word here. So we have a dedicated talent recruitment arm within Encode to help people get jobs. A number of people have been placed already in the last few months. We launched this in January. But if you are, we know that after the hackathon, it's always a question what you do next. If you want a job in the space, if you want a job in the space during the hackathon, please reach out to us. We're more than happy to help you. And yeah, it's something we love doing. So we hope this is something that you guys all take us up on. We have the Accelerate Club, which there's Avalanche one is about to start. The DeFi one is also starting soon. And we'll have many, many more to be announced, perhaps with some of the partners also with this hackathon as kind of an after hackathon event. But these are 10-week programs to help you go from hackathon project to startup. They're very good fun things to do. So keep on the lookout for those. And Encode Invest is our dedicated co-investment club where we back our best hackers and kind of projects. And we will certainly be on the lookout. But as a rule of thumb, people kind of look out for projects coming out of Encode. Reflex Labs came actually 3rd 2 hackathons ago. They are doing very well. They've just launched and had quite a bit of acclaim. And Euler, which is a permissionless lending platform, won the hackathon before last, and again done very well. About to close their 2nd round, which is going to be a big one. And in the hackathon finished on Tuesday, as I say, for the first time, 2 projects went live, not only finished, but went live during the hackathon in 0xMons and Float, and I think combined have quite a large valuation for hackathon projects, which is fantastic to see, and many others beside. So we want you to be successful. We want you to deliver fantastic startups. So we're looking forward to seeing the best do that. Please join the Discord. Links in the description. Bear with us while we get the teething problems out of the way today. But everything, that is our communication channel for everything in general in the hackathon. We also have your emails, and we'll be sending you regular updates via that. Okay, cool. That's my section. I'm obviously going to be here to answer questions after the sponsor presentations, but I will now hand over to George to introduce our wonderful sponsors. And I have a depth of gratitude to all our sponsors. It goes without saying, but it's very much the case that everything we do in Encode could not happen without having fantastic sponsors. They are the lifeblood of what we do. So I'm extremely grateful to all of you for supporting us, and we're looking forward to having some amazing projects we built. George, over to you to introduce the sponsors.
Awesome. So I think first up on the list, we have Yevgeny from Fluence, who's going to tell you a bit more about Fluence, their technology, and the challenges they have set for this hackathon.
I will do the unmuting.
Fantastic.
There we go. And I need to let you.
Hey guys, I cannot turn on video, I think.
Let me do that. Go for it. I fixed the video.
Oh, okay. Hey everyone. Let me share the screen. Okay. Oh no, this different button. This one. Okay, so I'm Evgeny. I'm co-founder of Fluence Labs, and excited to be here, excited to be at this hackathon. So let me quickly introduce what Fluence is and what bounties do we have today. Fluence is the open application platform, and by this we mean the peer-to-peer application development stack and a decentralized network of nodes that run this stack and the protocol. This is purely off-chain thing. This is the analogy of the proprietary cloud. So basically, you can think of Fluence as a decentralized cloud network, but it's very useful for all blockchain or decentralized applications. You can build fully decentralized peer-to-peer application without any backend if you want, and connect it to your smart contracts. Or you can host backend services of your application on Fluence network and keep your on-chain part of the app on the blockchain. Or you can use Fluence network as an interoperability medium between on-chain data, external APIs, other services. Instead of using proprietary cloud stack, you can use open Fluence stack. And soon you will be able to monetize useful components that you created on Fluence platform that are useful for other people. And the easiest analogy is DeFi on-chain money Legos. With Fluence OpenStack, you can have backend Legos. You can build all kinds of off-chain systems like oracles, consensus engines, backends, and like simpler peer-to-peer applications. And you can compose all of this stack because all of this available on open decentralized network. And at the core of this is our programming language created, like Coumarin, created for network coordination. So you can use this language to describe the execution flow of your distributed systems between different nodes, services, peers, and so on. And for example, data that comes from blockchain and connect it to the rest of your app. You can discover services, connect peers, send data back and forth, do like all the same that you do when you usually develop your app, but it all will be executed in a peer-to-peer network without any centralized backend. And the network is live, the protocol is live already. So you can go to Fluence Network and find the developer dashboard. You can find the documentation at fluence.dev. And bounties. So we have two simple bounties. So if you use a Coumarin language and to query to get data from existing service that already deployed on the network, so you can have like you can get the first bounty, and second bounty is basically just the simple step forward. So if you deploy your own service and you use a Coumarin to work with this service on Fluence Network, then you get the second bounty. And these first and second bounties are available for everyone who submit a working solution. So it should be quite easy. And we also have the bounties for best applications that created on Fluence Stack. Also, they might be composed with other like a blockchains or decentralized storage solutions, anything wherever you find Fluence Stack is useful to build the part of your application. And you will be able to use more features like authentication and deploy more services and more complex usage of Coumarin to create more complex distributed systems. And finally, just useful links. Please join our Discord at Encode Club, our channel. Attend our workshop next week. It's on Wednesday. We will share all the details how to use Fluence and run you through all the process. And feel free to book our team to help you if you have any issues, any questions. It's a new tech, so there's always some questions and bugs. So feel free to reach out, and we will help you to get your bounty done. So that's it. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Yevgeny. That's a fantastic overview of Fluence, and I'm sure we'll get some great projects being built with Fluence integrated in the hackathon. So next up, we have Anka from the Stellar Development Foundation, who's going to give you an overview and introduce you to their challenges.
Sorry, I know. Oh,
nearly. There we go.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I think this is good. Thank you so much for introducing me, and yeah, thanks so much all for joining this call. I'm super excited to share a bit about Stellar and today and what the challenges and prizes are. So yeah, to introduce myself, likely I should also share my screen. That's probably a good idea. I was already gonna click next, and I'm like, oh wait, no one can see this. So do you see my screen?
Yes.
Perfect. Yeah, so I'm very excited to share with you a little bit about Stellar and what our challenges and prizes are for this hackathon. So Stellar, at a high level, Stellar is a decentralized open network that connects the world's financial infrastructure. It's a global public blockchain that's built for interoperability and to further financial access and inclusion. So it does that by making money more fluid, thanks to the speed and scale of the Stellar blockchain to transfer value. And it helps to make markets more open, because when financial infrastructure is connected, you have a greater geographical and affordable access to markets. And ultimately, what this does, it empowers people because it gives them real ownership of the value in their possession. So Stellar is not in and of itself a consumer-facing technology. It's very important to note, right? Instead, it's used by businesses, which can then offer their users a fast, efficient network for trading, saving, and spending money. So their users, wherever they are in the world, can submit transactions to send and exchange all kinds of assets on the network, which deliver in seconds and for a low cost, as Stellar is free to use. And so for builders, it's an open financial infrastructure. Anyone can access it. There is no permission or application needed. So let me show you a few things you can do with Stellar. So Stellar allows anyone to create a redeemable, tradable representation of any asset in a few simple lines of code. Token issuance is the backbone of the Stellar network. It's how Stellar connects the world's currencies, and it's what Stellar was built for. So you can issue a token that represents anything from corn to gold to even an hour of your time as a tutor, for example. So every token on Stellar is exchangeable with any other token on the network. And the Stellar protocol itself connects buyers and sellers. So in short, there is a decentralized exchange, aka the DEX, built into Stellar's ledger system. So that means that the base Stellar protocol not only tracks balances, as Bitcoin or Ethereum do, but also tracks and settles trades between balances in a decentralized and ownerless way. And finally, like any payment system, Stellar allows one user to send currency to another. User A can send user B dollar tokens or lumens or whatever. But Stellar also allows a user to send one currency and have the recipient receive another. Essentially, you can send and exchange money in a single atomic transaction, which would be great for cross-border payments, for example. So these features allow you to build on a more connected and interoperable world that creates equitable access to the global financial system. Large enterprise companies and companies as small as single dev startups have chosen Stellar to move money and access new markets. And you can too. So in partnership with Encode for this virtual hackathon, we've written up 3 exciting challenges to get you started building on this hackathon. So first, the entrepreneurial hack. The best project who've built a project on Stellar that solves a specific real-world problem will receive $3,000 worth of lumens, which is Stellar's native currency. So there's also an API hack, where the best app on Stellar that also uses third-party APIs, think of integrating with Google, Facebook, or Shopify, for example, will receive $2,000 worth of lumens. Finally, the educational hack, which is really fun, or should be, where $1,000 worth of lumens will be awarded to those who build the best implementation of a fun and gamified way to learn about Stellar. So, we know that building a project using a technology you don't know can likely feel like a lot. But don't worry, you don't need to start from scratch. We've collected a few very easy steps for you to become an expert in no time, and we'll provide you with all the tools and resources you'll need to start developing on Stellar. And that's it. So register for our first workshop on March 5th at 9:30 GMT and join us as we walk through the Stellar basics, explain hackathon challenges a bit more, and introduce you to helpful tools and resources I just talked about. In the meantime, if you want to learn more, just visit stellar.org. And yeah, that's it. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Anke. That was really energetic as well. I think hopefully woke everyone up as well. So next up, we have Alex, who's going to be presenting from Harmony and telling us a bit more about themselves and their challenges.
Hey guys, how's it going? Yeah, great to be here. I really enjoy hackathons. I think the definitely here in spirit. I think I'm really looking forward to when we can do more hackathons in person. But it's always fun, sleeping on the floor for like 30 minutes and then hacking together with a bunch of your friends and stuff. I'm also definitely in the hackathon spirit myself. I was up till 3 a.m. and I'm still chugging away. So, but anyway, very excited to be here. Yeah, I'll share my screen. I'll share more about what we're working on in Harmony. So yeah, Harmony. You guys can see this, right?
Yes, we can now.
Awesome. So Harmony it's a layer 1 proof of stake sharded blockchain. It's public and permissionless, and I can share more about. I'll walk through this real quick. This block here. But yeah, happy to answer any more questions after this. I'll hop into the Discord after this. And then also, before I forget, I want to mention for the bounties we have, my colleague Peter put those together. So if you have any questions, reach out to me or reach out to Peter after this.
Sorry, I think, Alex, we've just lost your audio a bit. It went a bit blurry. Could you repeat that?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I just said if you guys have any questions regarding the bounties, feel free to send me a message. My colleague Peter put those together. But yeah, so in terms of Harmony, so Harmony started over 3 years ago. It actually started when a group of engineers from like Google, Amazon, Facebook, etc. They got together every Saturday on the weekends to discuss, cool next generation technologies that they want to work on, and Harmony started from that. And I've been at Harmony for about a year now, and it's been amazing. It's working on some really cool stuff. Prior to this, I was at Draper University for 2 years, where I helped train over 250 founders. I really enjoy working with founders, and I work at the projects building on Harmony every day. And yeah, it's amazing. So part of what I do now at Harmony, I lead our grants program. So we have a $7 million grants program, part of our foundation that I lead, and so I work with projects every single day for grants. So if you have any questions regarding our grant program or bounties as well, feel free to reach out. But yeah, let's dive into this real quick. So last year it was a pretty cool year. We launched open staking. We were listed on Binance US, and we launched our Rosetta integration. We launched a Uniswap fork called CSwap, and we also have a Ethereum bridge last year with the Fly client. And yeah, so some more features about the protocol. As I mentioned, the consensus mechanism is our CTO came up with something called effective proof of stake, which is basically a way to reweight delegations to where delegations are reweighted to within 15% above and below the median stake. So that's basically how it works. There's really awesome videos on how it works on our YouTube channel. But yeah, so it's 2-second finality with 4 shards. Fees are extremely negligible, and they always will be because we can just create more shards. Our signature aggregation uses BLS, and we've on-chain the delegation. And yeah, part of our scaling. So we actually we're actually fully EVM compatible. We just launched fully EVM compatibility just last month. Pretty awesome. So we support all the tools for Ethereum, Web3.js, Truffle, Ether.js, all those libraries work. We also integrated MetaMask recently and Argent. We have a bunch of other. We also integrate we have our own Harmony One wallet and Math wallet, and we have many other wallets to use if you guys want to use for any dApps you guys build. Yeah. And so yeah, we have a lot of DeFi products building on our protocol now. One of them you see here is called CSwap. It's an on-chain market maker, and it's very similar to Balancer. We have a lot of other cool projects building that have unique governance models, unique mechanisms related to DeFi. And yeah, we're always looking for new DeFi protocols. So anything in terms of like lending or DEXs or things like that, we're definitely interested in having more of those. As you guys are probably aware, the NFT space has been extremely exciting. I think so. We actually worked with Animoca on their game Beast Quest. So all the chests you see for Animoca for the Beast Quest game are on Harmony, and so that's pretty awesome. And we have anyone working on NFTs, feel free to send me reach out. I've been I've been up since like 3 a.m. every single day for the past few weeks having fun with NFTs. So feel free to reach out with that. Really exciting space. So in the future, I think I think all chains are going to be cross-chain, and we're sort of driving with that narrative. So we're building bridges to many other ecosystems, and eventually want to bridge to all of them. Right now we have our Ethereum. We're working on a fully trustless bridge that should be live very soon. Right now we have a version of a trusted bridge to Ethereum. Works great. There's a very high TVL, but we're working on a fully trustless one very soon. Also, Binance Smart Chain is coming for a bridge. We're going to be bridging to Bitcoinverse in the next couple months. We just announced a bridge on testnet to Edgeware, which should be a Polkadot parachain pretty soon. Yeah, we always do hackathons. I think Encode is an awesome team. Very happy to be here. So yeah, we definitely plan on having like many more hackathons this year. Also, plan on working more with the Encode team. So yeah, feel free to continue to hack and have fun on building on Harmony. We have amazing resources in our community, so feel free to reach out, find us on Telegram, Twitter, Medium, Discord, Telegram. We're everywhere, so feel free to find us there. There's some cool tutorials. Yeah, like I said, we have awesome use cases like Chavala just integrated recently with us. Some more cross-border loans. There's a really cool project called Blitz, building cross-chain loans. Yeah, in prediction markets, a lot of more DeFi stuff. And as I mentioned, I work with our grant program. So we have a $7 million grant program. If you're interested in applying, feel free to reach out. It's a very simple application process. And we have a very supportive process for people building on our chain. Yeah, I think that's it. Like I said, we're just very excited to be here. I'll stop sharing my screen, and yeah, but thank you so much for your time. Yeah, looking forward to meeting a lot of you. And yeah, I'll hop into Discord later this today to meet a lot of you guys. But yeah, thanks for inviting me, and yeah, really excited to be here and meet a lot of you guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Alex. And the Harmony challenges are live on the Medium article now, I believe, and also on the challenges spreadsheet, so you can take a look at them there. So that's it for our gold sponsors, and now we'll move on to our silver. So first up, we have Daniel from Skynet, who's going to be talking to us about their platform and challenges. Hey, Daniel.
Let me unmute you, Dan. Just a quick word, guys. The only sponsor who isn't joining us today is Sandbox and CoinMarketCap. It only got sorted a few days ago, so they will be announcing an in-depth guide to the CoinMarketCap and Sandbox challenges will take place at their workshop. So stay tuned for that. Over to Daniel.
Cool. Can everyone hear me okay?
Perfect.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. So I am the developer evangelist for Skynet. I'm going to try to do a whirlwind introduction to Skynet here. Try to convince y'all to be as excited about it and building on it as I am. So let's go ahead and get started. The goal of Skynet is to bring decentralized storage to the internet, like right now, for everyone, developers and users. And so in the traditional web, you've got this issue where, different storage facilities and apps are all centrally managed and all the data gets siloed and you can't access it from other apps and you have to blindly trust your providers. But in the decentralized web, right, we're trying to distribute storage and applications. And with that, we get things like censorship resistance. We get user data ownership. And we have a certain freedom of mobility with that data where we can take it from application to application. We are creating Skynet to make this a reality today. But Skynet, to really understand it, we are built on the Sia blockchain network. And so I'm just going to really touch on it fast. It was created in 2015. What it does is it lets renters rent extra storage that hosts provide, and that is incentivized by Sia coins. And so they kind of like pay each other in a cryptocurrency. It's fast, secure, affordable, but it was really built for personal storage and not for sharing. You have to run this whole node, you have to have cryptocurrencies. And in Skynet, we're trying to avoid all that by creating kind of a level 2, where any user can access data on the Sia network without having to worry about a wallet, browser extension, any of that, because we want developers to be able to make applications that everyone can use and not have these kind of barriers to entries that we see in a lot of the blockchain space. So the easiest way to kind of like try it out, go to siasky.net, upload a file, boom, it's on Skynet. You'll get a link back that kind of looks like this. And it's a crazy looking hash essentially. But what that is that means that that file is that file, and it's always going to be that file. If the file changes, the Skylink, as we call it, changes. And you can put that Skylink onto the end of any portal URL. Ours is siasky.net. There's some others online. And if you use all of those things, you can get that, you can guarantee that that file is going to be there. So what are some of the use cases? Well, on the simple end, you can send files to friends. Great, but on the more complex end, if you upload a folder with an index.html file, then you instantly have deployed your website for anyone to be able to access in a decentralized, censorship-resistant way. So that's really cool. You can use, React app or whatever else. We also have a mutable storage layer that can provide a data backend for apps. And it also works really well for providing off-chain storage on a blockchain application. Your users can upload, 500 megabyte HD videos, no worries. You just store that hash on chain and you're good to go. All right, so what does it look like in code? This is the 5 or 6 lines showing just how easy it is using JavaScript to get data on Skynet. We're going to do 2 challenges for the Encode event. The easy one, we just want to really, like Anthony said, have people doing more than one challenge. We love that idea. And so if you use Skynet in any way in your project, you're going to be part of a prize pool that will just kind of evenly distribute out 100,000 Sia coins. So you can do that for application data or just hosting your website. And on the kind of medium challenge side of things, we're looking for folks that are interested in contributing to the Skynet app ecosystem. And so, building a Skynet web app, we use handshake domains as a decentralized way for doing naming. And so, hosting it there and using our SkyDB product for mutable data. If you make something that uses all these 3 things, you're eligible to win either the winner spot of 200,000 Sia coins or one of our runner-up spots for 75 Sia coins. So help us build a better internet, join our community and see folks that have built, things that are Firefox Send alternatives, RIP Firefox Send, decentralized identity that works across the entirety of the Skynet ecosystem, Twitter alternatives that are completely decentralized. So I hope you'll join us for the hackathon and jump in the Discord and ask me questions if I can clear anything up for you, or join me on March 10th for the workshop, which I'm really excited about. So.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Hi, it's awesome to be here and chatting to you, and we're very excited to be sponsoring this hackathon. We think this is a really awesome, awesome thing that's going on here. And we're really excited to be part of it for the first time this year. I'm just going to share my screen and then we'll get started. So yeah, we're Vega. We're sort of crypto nerds first and foremost, but also many of us have experience in the traditional financial markets and building trading systems in the past. I founded Vega with my co-founder Ramsey back in 2018, actually a little while ago now, in order to build a properly decentralized alternative to the current financial system. We have a particular focus on derivatives, which are one of the gnarliest problems in DeFi because of the sort of complexity of the products and also the need to kind of calculate margins and manage risk. And that's something we've aimed to do in a really high quality way that can actually, actually challenge the traditional financial system in a completely decentralized way. So what is Vega? Vega is a decentralized exchange or a DEX for derivatives, spot markets and other products. Vega runs on its own proof of stake chain, which is absolutely key to the performance and other advantages we have over other alternatives. And it's unique in a few ways. So first off, we have on-chain order books. We have sub-second block time, so really low latency for a blockchain. And we have a unique liquidity mining system that rewards liquidity providers in what you call an equity-like way. So effectively founding a market or creating a market or getting in early by providing liquidity gives you early access to that market's rewards and gives you higher rewards over time than someone who comes in late. So rather than some networks where it's, you get to the network first, the launch of the network, you get lots of money perhaps in the future, but if you turn up and join the network later, you maybe miss out on the rewards. On Vega, that happens every time someone launches a market, and that gives you the opportunity to participate in new markets and to create your own markets and to really be rewarded for that. That's the first thing. The second thing is the Wendy Fairness Protocol. So because we're our own chain, we have our own sort of gas and fee price system, which is very different to Ethereum's. We have a protocol called Wendy. You can see the research on our website at vega.xyz/papers. But Wendy is a protocol that allows us to combat front running and minor extractable value at the consensus layer, which means that all those kind of attacks that you see going on Ethereum and other chains are just not possible on Vega, which is really, really exciting, and will sort of move things much closer to professional and wider adoption of DeFi. Next thing is the sort of high performance in general. We have much faster trading, much lower block time, as I mentioned, below a second, and that allows things like much higher leverage than other on-chain derivatives. So leverage on Vega can actually be equal to or the same as sort of centralized exchanges. And then finally, Vega is integrated with Ethereum and in future other chains. We're looking at things like Polkadot and Bitcoin integration. Vega is integrated with other chains, so actually the assets that you trade on Vega are actually ERC20's Ether and other assets. You don't need to kind of create these sort of Vega assets. You can just use the ones that are there. We also have a thing called Vega Console, which is a front end we've built that provides an easy but professional trading interface. You can check out our testnet. Again, this link from our website. But Console gives you a great interface to trade from if you're just trading, but also to visualize your positions and your P&L and things like that if you're building applications through the APIs we've got. So for Encode, we've got two challenges. The first one is the sort of medium challenge, which is to build a dApp using Vega. Examples could be a Robinhood style market trading interface, a leaderboard for comparing trader performance, a tool to visualize or manage risk and trading data, apps for market makers, or something that looks into liquidity mining and rewards, governance apps. There's a load of different ways to go. We have a prize pool of 10,000 GBP, and that will either be sort of taken by one amazing solution or potentially shared by two or three, depending on the kind of submissions we get. So we're really excited to see what you want to do in terms of building a dApp. And then the easy challenge is building a trading bot. The challenge is to make it profitable with unattended trading for at least one day throughout the hackathon. You can trade in any of the markets on testnet, trade on one market, trade on many, take on any strategy, and use any of the APIs. And the prize there is 100 GBP for each team that's successful, or maybe even if you fail in a really interesting and exciting way and do something really cool. So that's the two challenges we've got. We're really excited to see what you guys come up with in terms of those. And then just to quickly finish off by talking about some of the resources we have available for you. We have 3 workshops and sessions we're running over the course of the hackathon on the 11th of March, 8th, April, and 6th of May, and I'd encourage you to come to them. We have great APIs and great documentation, so check out the docs on testnet. Also check out the community forums, and we have our own Discord, vega.xyz/Discord, but we'll also be hanging out in the Vega channel on the Encode Discord, and we have a very friendly team and encourage you to come in and say hi, ask any questions you've got, and let us help you learn to use Vega. That's everything from me. Really hope you guys choose to build something with Vega. We're really excited to see what you come up with, and looking forward to participating over the course of the hackathon.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Barney. It's a great summary, and I'm sure there'll be a lot of cool markets deployed on Vega throughout the hackathon. So now we'll move on to our final sponsor of the evening, and that is Arjun from Polygon, which is recently rebranded from Matic. I'm sure he'll tell you a bit more about that as well.
Hey guys, hi. Okay, I hope you can hear me fine.
Yeah, all good.
So I'm just gonna quickly present my screen, and just quickly run you through a short deck I just put together. So again, hey guys, I'm Arjun. I head growth at Polygon, and previously we were Matic Network, and then we rebranded ourselves to Polygon, and I'll get into that as well. So just to quickly take you through what Polygon is, that we are a layer 2 scaling solution built on top of Ethereum, and the point of building layer 2 solutions was to essentially solve for some of the throughput and some of the scalability concerns of blockchains, like for example in Ethereum, where the transaction fees is very high and the speed is really low. So what we've done is that we have built a hybrid
slides at the moment, because they can't see them on our screen.
Let me just hang on a sec.
Apologies for that.
All right, can you see it now?
Yeah, we can see the screen. Yeah, and the slides. Perfect.
Awesome. Oh no, I was just doing hand movements and I could not show you the slides. Right. So again, just to quickly cover what we are. So essentially, what we are is a layer 2 scaling solution built on top of Ethereum, and we wanted to solve some of the scalability problems which the Ethereum ecosystem is facing, which is low throughput and very high transaction costs. Our answer to that solution was to build a hybrid Plasma POS chain. So we use Plasma technology. So all your transactions of the chain are checkpointed onto the Ethereum blockchain so that all your assets are secure. We also use a proof of stake consensus mechanism to make sure that the chain is very efficient and very high performance. And this is, of course, what we had built at Matic back in 2017. And what we've done since then is we've sort of built or we are in the process of building a generalized scaling layer. So in 2017, the answer to scaling, when we looked at what Vitalik was talking about was Plasma, but ever since then, we've also seen optimistic rollups, CK rollups, and many other different scaling solutions being discussed. And what we want to do is we want to keep Ethereum in the middle and build a generalized scaling layer around it, where you can use whatever scaling solution you want to use. So for example, if you want to use optimistic rollups, you can do that. CK rollups, you can do that. If you want to spawn your own chain, interchain communication, and essentially what we call it Polygon today is the Ethereum's Internet of Blockchains. And of course, what does this mean? Like, all of this, what does this mean in terms of metrics? So, we have a very, very fast chain with a very high transaction throughput, 2-second block times. The cost of transactions is, at any time, it's between 100,000 the cost of what would be on Ethereum. So typically for $10, you can do like 2 million transactions. And of course, we're an EVM compatible chain. So anything which works on Ethereum essentially works on our chain. We use the same ERC style assets, which is ERC20, ERC721, ERC1155. So we don't have our own global standard or anything like that. And at the same time, all your assets are secured on Ethereum. So you have full asset security. And just to quickly run through, but of course, our mainnet went live about 8 months ago, and then we've seen a phenomenal amount of growth. We're doing about, on average, 100,000 transactions daily. We have a 650 million in TVL, and that's growing rapidly, 180,000 unique wallets. One of the fastest growing DApp platforms, 100 plus DApps already deployed, lots of popular ones, and maybe you've used some of these, like Polymarket, Decentral Games, Abagochi, QuickSwap, and pretty much, every major player in the NFT space, whether it's OpenSea or whether every major player in the gaming space, whether it's Neon District or any of the metaverse games as well, like Decentraland, Vulcanverse, Mirandus, all of these guys are essentially building and deploying on Polygon. Of course, we have a big community as well, and I encourage you guys to check us out on Twitter, on Telegram, on Discord. And of course, I just wanted to also quickly cover the hackathon bounties. So we have $2,000 prize for the first prize, $1,500 for the second, $1,000 for the third, $500 for the third, $500 for the fourth prize. There's a typo on the slide. And at the same time, our focus is to cover NFT concepts, right? So NFT is this NFT market is going completely insane. There are amazing new concepts on a daily basis. Like I talk to DApps on a daily basis. It's something so amazing every day about people doing interesting things with NFTs, buying them, selling them, trading them, using NFT plus DeFi concepts, taking high value NFTs and then lending and borrowing, building pools. So I encourage you to let your imaginations go wild on the NFT side. And honestly, I'm open to any innovative concept. So I don't really have even outside of NFTs, if you want to think something around DeFi, for example, let's say you want to use Aave interest bearing token, which works on Polygon network. I encourage you to do that. And of course, we have a $200 prize for literally any interesting concept which comes out. Just to quickly go ahead, pretty much anything which works on Ethereum works out of the box on our network. So that includes all your oracles, whether it's Chainlink, Band, Razor, Provable, even the new ones like TR Data, API 3, Vanilla, all your wallets which are out there, all the popular ones, all your build and test environments remain the same. So everything which you do on Ethereum remains the same. Meta transactions to build gasless interfaces, like you can use gas station network, you can use something a little more out of the box and easier to use, like Economy, which has an SDK to do that. Additional tooling, like for nodes, for example, Anchor, for RPC's Block Vigil. We also support Quick Node now and a bunch of other different tools. So pretty much anything which works on Ethereum essentially works on our network. At the same time, we've got pretty awesome advisory board, which is helping us build this future of scaling technology. They've had some interesting podcasts come out as well. I encourage you to check them out. Our core team, of course, remains the same. We also have Mihailo Pelic, who's a core Ethereum researcher, joining us to help us build sort of the Polygon scaling layer. And if you'd like to learn more about us, check us out check our website out, and check us out on Twitter. So on Twitter, we post a lot of our network updates, a lot of updates related to our DApp ecosystem. So I encourage you to follow us on Twitter and check us out. And of course, if you have any questions, anything at all, if you want to discuss something, we're very open. In fact, I'm going to just put my Telegram ID right there. And if there's anything interesting to talk about, I understand that, many of you are students, researchers, you have different ideas and different things you want to do. Just feel free to reach out to me. I'm always available, and I'd love to talk to you, engage with you, and sort of help you in your sort of Web3 blockchain journey. So yeah, so that's it from my side. And yeah, and all the best with the hackathon.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Arjun. And that does wrap up all of the sponsor presentations for today. And I'm just going to hand over back to Anthony to close out.
Cool. Well, thank you everyone for joining us. Hopefully you've got a taste for all our fantastic challenges and sponsors. I'm certainly very excited. I think now is the best time to be doing a hackathon. We will, so general on questions is, you should save them for Discord, but if everyone has any kind of general questions now, feel free to kind of post them, and we'll kind of deal with them. But maybe keep them more to a general kind of hackathon level. Rather than sponsor ones, go straight to Discord. Again, apologies for any teething problems on Discord. Never change Discord settings on the day of a hackathon starting. I will remember for future note. Any general questions, guys, that anyone wants to ask, put them into chat. We'll have the awkward moment. I might have to turn the elevator music. Marcus, how to find teammates? Please go to the Discord. And in the Discord is a Find Teammates channel. Again, I say as a massive kind of caveat that it is just harder to find teammates on the online format because you don't get that chance to share a beer with someone and bond and kind of do it. But we will try. So please do two things. One, go and find teammates, and two, for Leonardo as well. I'll get to these, but they're piling in now. Right, first point of call, go to find teammates. If you're looking for teammates, say, I'm looking for this type of person or a general. If you're just a person who's happy to be part of a team, post there. Someone will pick you up. That always happens. If you want a little bit more kind of manual help with that, message myself, George, or George, and we will kind of help you get into teams. Leonardo says again, how do we form teams? Again, in terms of forming, in inverted commas, by being registered, you're a team. If your team changes, just tell us. We'll fix our spreadsheet. But you can change your team composition whenever you like. There's no kind of forming, and you can participate as an individual. We're allowed to start hacking now before the learning route ends. Yes. So there's 5 weeks of learning, but you're 100% allowed to start hacking now. It's just we advise as a general rule, just so you don't feel stressed, that this first 5 weeks is learning, and then you can kind of go into kind of more hacking. It's a 10-week structure, guys. We know you're not going to be building for every moment of the day. It's designed to be 10 weeks long so that you can just find time in that 10 weeks to learn at your own pace and to hack at your own pace. And for us to kind of help and support you as much as possible. Leonardo says he's looking for a Stellar dev. So anyone wants to do Stellar, look up Leonardo. And Marcus says, I'm looking to build I think it's NFT with an asset. I'm looking to build something with an asset with the best platform to use. I'm not the best person to answer that. Definitely watch the sponsor workshops and events, and that is the best way to find out for yourself. Or we will post all documentation for sponsors, and they're doing it as we speak. On Discord, so that's the best place to look. You can use old incomplete code. So I have strong thoughts on this. In general, if you're working on a project beforehand, that's okay as long as it's not received funding. Basically, use of common sense here. And we want people who've had projects that are working on to keep going on them. That's a great thing and be rewarded. I don't if Polygon entered the hackathon and said we built Polygon, I might have a few words to say. But so please use your judgment there, you can keep on working on stuff you've done before. You can start again, and if you have any kind of edge cases, just message us. We'll be kind of happy to kind of say more. Any other questions, guys? Can my friend join? Yeah, no, not too late. You can register. Ideally register by 29th of March, so midway point. But actually, if someone did join even in the last week, we would accept them. It's just from their point of view, they would have a less enjoyable time joining quite late. All the events are online. We know people will join after today, and many people will, and they can catch up on the intro events and workshops. It's an online only hackathon, so it allows us to do stuff like that. A few good, nice comments on chat. Anything else before we wrap up? A better message comes in as I'm concluding. Anyway, we'll have to stay with Discord. Right, everyone, we've gone for pretty much exactly an hour. Thank you very much. There's some stuff that's still going on chat. Have a look at those. But thank you to our sponsors, to all of you. You make it happen. To the hackers, you're going to build some fantastic stuff. you're going to go on, and there'll be a few of you who raise a lot of money and build things that could quite honestly change the crypto space. George is going to repaste the Discord link for Marcus. But thank you all for joining. Have a good evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you are. And we will see you on Discord, and we'll see you for individual calls, and we'll see you at the workshops, and we're going to do some good stuff. So good luck packing, guys, and speak to you soon.